I am Lady J. I am the Chief Sustainability Officer for the Celebrity Soul Food Management Company, and I am the Chief Operating Officer for Dr. J the Counselor, the entertainment arm, and the entire world is our client.
Hey, I like that.
Yes.
First, let me say good evening to everyone. So I am so excited about being here, and it was just so much of an anticipation, and I'm so privileged to hear many of your elevator speech, but what I call them as well is a lot of testimonial, a lot of testimony, and so on and etc. There's so much that I want to say in such a short time, but I do want to make sure that I do pay proper respect to Ms. Sherriata for what she's doing here at the center here offering this program. Thank you. Thank you. And then of course, Ms. Wilson, as the city manager here in Ocala, we want to also applaud you and say thank you for all that you do. I don't want to be before you long, but I do want to, if I can, I feel like we're a family and we're around the table. I want to speak from my heart tonight. You know, the first thing I want to start with is for each of you is nobody really know what it's taking for you to be where you are. That's the reality. You know, I don't want to turn it into a full spiritual conversation, but let's just simply start there, is that you're not here by chance. And so many of you have been through so much to be where you're sitting, to be at this experience, to be at this moment in life. Even amidst the pandemic, you're still here. And so tonight, what I want to do is, before you get your certificates, before we shake your hands and things of that nature, I want you to properly applaud yourself, because sometimes in life, you know, as entrepreneurs, when was the last time somebody told you, you know what, I see you. You know what, great job. I see you working, I see you pushing, I see you pressing, because the reality of it is, the one thing that we all have in agreement is we know really what it takes to be an entrepreneur. It's not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. It's for those who have made their mind up and decision to say, you know what, I'm gonna take that leap. You know, just recently, the other day, I had to do a commencement service for a Morehouse graduate. Dr. Franklin, the 10th president of Morehouse, they live by a couple principles that's ultimately changed my life, and I kind of want to start there tonight. That really inspired me and really scaled my business. I want you to understand that what I'm getting ready to share to you, it takes about 5 years for them to embed that into their students, and overall $200,000 is what they charge them to get it done. So I'm gonna give it for a freebie tonight, all right? It's called the 5 Wells. If you haven't read it, do so, make sure you pick it up, but I'm gonna give you a short synopsis of that today. And the reason I'm going there, and I'm challenging you tonight, because when I tell you my story, when I talk about entrepreneurship, what I came to inspire tonight is you are not doing enough. I'm not here to co-sign you. I'm here to challenge you, to tell you that you can do more. That you guys got some visions in mind, some things inspiring for many reasons. Some of you want more wealth. Some of you want to make sure that you know what, you're driving your life better. Some of you want to empower your community, employ more people. Some of you want better retirement. You have whatever your why is, you have it. But guess what? Ain't nobody gonna just give it to you. I know that ain't good English, but that's good communication. And it ain't just gonna fall in your lap. And the truth of the matter is, since you're here, you didn't choose to regress and just go back. You still remain faithful to entrepreneurship. The one thing Dr. Franklin said is that if you're going to be a true leader and ultimately mastermind of entrepreneurship, he says, follow the principles of the 5 Wells. This is what he tells his kids. He says, number 1, be well read. Can I kind of unpackage that for a second? When you came to this program, I'm sure they gave you a lot of knowledge, a lot of information. Sometimes it can be like a little overwhelming. Sometimes it seems like, you know what, you're telling me something maybe I know. Sometimes it's just like, you know what am I going to do with that? Information is key. But what you have to do to be well read is that don't just read the summary. Don't just glimpse it. Don't just read the synopsis. You know, you have to digest the words. Become a wordsmith of that text. And let it create the boundaries of your life. And live by those words. Choose a scholar as a mentor and say, you know what, I'm gonna let that be the fence of my entrepreneurship. He then says, if you're gonna be a true entrepreneur and navigate this world of entrepreneurship, you have to have the second well. It says to be well-spoken. Can I challenge you tonight that your words matter? Some of you think that other things are valuable, your words matter. Where is the integrity of your words? Mean what you say and say what you mean. As you go into your community and you're servicing these contracts, you're servicing these products, you're servicing yourself, you're servicing your family, you're servicing the city, whatever your act of business is, your signature should mean something. If you're going to scale your business, if you want to go from here to there, I assure you it's going to be the value and the asset of your words. Are y'all with me? Amen. The third simply things is he says, be well dressed. See, I know that sounds kind of shallow, but let me say this to you, no matter how articulate you are, no matter how great a service you offer, they're going to see you coming first. Be a great representation of what in business they call it brand. Your brand has value. Your brand has perspective. Can I tell you something right now that'll change the trajectory of your business? Y'all too cheap. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? You are a thief to yourself. Because people do not value free. People don't value just simply, I do it. Some of you overcommit way too early. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and saw the true value of yourself? Come here, I'm talking to you. Do you really understand the cost you paid to be an entrepreneur? See, we talk about it, we laugh about it, but somebody is still dreaming. And can I be honest with you? Because, you know, we're rolling around into February. I'm so glad Martin Luther King dreamed, so I don't have to. It's not time to dream, it's time to wake up. You know the difference between those who are successful or not? The ones who are not successful are still dreaming. If you enjoy sleep, you're not an entrepreneur. I'm angry when I have to go to sleep. Because every time I go to sleep, I can't work my business. I got things to do and I got a place to be, but it's all about your why. See, if you really appreciate this program, it's not going to be because of what they gave you, it's going to be because of your why. Why do you do what you do? You see, when you understand your why, you become passionate, you can't hardly sleep, and you know how I know it? I can go to each of your house right now. And if your alarm clock is still waking you up, you don't have your why yet. When you have a why, you don't need the alarm clock, your purpose wake you up. Your passion wake you up. See, don't let nobody get into your why. Ain't no wrong with wanting money. Ain't no wrong with won't change. Ain't no wrong with saying, you know what? I believe that my potential and everything I have inside of me is greater, and until my reality show up, I'm gonna keep pushing and pressing. I ain't got time to sleep. So you don't need a clock. Not when you still want something, but if you wanna settle for average, if you wanna settle for little, you have to do your numbers right. Why go into entrepreneurship if you could just make it at a normal job and not have to hustle? But if you're gonna push, if you're gonna press, if you're gonna live in the sorrow and the pain of what it takes to be a true entrepreneur, should it not be able to achieve your why? Should it not bother you that you're not there yet? You see, that'll make me come into class and listen, I'll wait Miss Sharetta out. Because I mean, Miss Sharetta, come on, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me one. That I know, okay, okay, I got something I can use. How many went out and said, you know what, how do I apply it? How do I take it? How do I push it? Who all connected together and mentioned, you know what, let's network together. You know what, you do Spanish, okay? And you know what, I don't have a Spanish clientele, let me use that. You know, how do you keep pushing in your business? The third, well, again, it was a time, but he says you gotta be well-traveled. Well-traveled simply means is that for you guys, you gotta operate outside of just your world. If your product and service only attracts to one clientele, you're missing the point. You are now, as entrepreneurs, and probably have been for a while for many of you, but I want to remind you tonight, you are a part of the ecosystem economically of Ocala, which means that if something happened to you, would this city miss you? If not, you are irrelevant. Something has to be bigger than you. What change, and since the program is called impact, what impact are you making? First, start with yourself. Where's the impact in your life? Did your digits change? Or just your phone number? You're losing the sleep. You got the same word. But some of y'all think too small. But let me assure you this, and this is a free nugget. The same work it takes to work a small deal, it takes the same energy to work a big deal. Stop dropping small deals and do it with the big deals. But you first got to understand your why, and secondly, you got to figure out your own value. You're scared of it. Can't be afraid. Are you with me? He says, you gotta travel. You gotta go outside of yourself. Open yourself up. Don't be closed-minded. Don't go ahead and judge what you can and cannot do. Some of you are your own worst critic. You're your own enemy. You've shut your own self out and cut yourself out and think that you only can do so much. You're afraid of a no. I have learned to love no's. And I'm excited about when they turn to yeses. You can experience a lot of no's. You only really need, how you say, one yes. One yes will change your life. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? The last one I want to speak of, he says you got to be well balanced. Y'all better come here tonight, talk to me, because we're going to have some real transparent conversation. Because I ain't fooled by nobody. Well balanced means you can be a public success, but you're a private failure. What does it mean to run your business in your own personal mortgage in trouble? What does it mean to run your business and say, and personally, your family's struggling? The things that are intimate in your life, and you try to hide it and keep it. But let me assure you this, if you scale your business, at some point, what's done in the dark don't come to the light. At some point, the weakness of your private life is going to spill over until your public. Your employees will know. But most of all, you'll know. You won't be able to pursue like you desire to. Can I really talk to you real quick? I got a little time left. Can we talk to you? I remember the first time I got my first real gig as a public speaker. I was 23 years old. They called me out of Atlanta to do American Express, and they was going to pay me $25,000 to come talk to that group. I get ready to go, and I was so excited about it, I ain't even really have the right baggage. Let me first tell you a little testimony. I come out of High Springs, Florida. That's a little small town right out of town right here, right? I come off of Beefmaster Collins and quarter horses, you know, I ain't lying. Live on a ranch, we bell hay over the summer for school money. You understand what I'm saying? My family worked in law enforcement, good people, I had both parents, so I ain't gonna sit up here and act like a hustler. I didn't come from a single family home, but I came from a home of discipline. We didn't have everything, but we had what we needed. Grew up in a small town. Opportunity calls for me. Here I go. Got a friend of mine. I just wanted to share with somebody the greatness of what happened in my life. If I can be myself, I just want to share my blessing. I just wanted to tell him about it, you know what I'm saying? And here he go. He said, man, he applauded me. He said, but can I go? I said, look at dog. They paying for me to come. You know I ain't got no money. And he said, no. He said, I got it. He said, matter of fact, I said, people up there I want to spend some time with. I just want to roll with you. So guess what? I'm not no hater. Come on. That's what you do. Come on. Family, come on. Friends, come on. My opportunity is there. My flight arrives on time. Got my bag. I didn't want to chance it. I took me a book bag of just what I needed. But I took it on the plane with me because I was so excited. I didn't even want to go through all of that, right? Because I had never really flown like that, but I didn't want no hiccups. Because I didn't want to have my clothes and then they didn't come, right? You know what I mean? So I had my stuff with me, right? Here he comes showing on me. He got these pulling. He got Louis too. He's pulling. The pulling. Big bag. I said, boy, what are you doing? He said, I got it. What happened? He checked his bags. We good. We on the flight. Guys, we take off on time. The opportunity awaits. There's no turbulence. We enjoy the flight. Sitting first class, man, I'm sitting there like somebody gonna soon ask me to leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous about it, but everything worked out. We land on time. We come down the escalator, got my bag on my shoulders. We laughing, we playing. It was the first time I came down the escalator and these people with these nice suits was waiting on my brother with my name. It was the first time I saw my name. I felt like something. I didn't have a doctor on it then, it was just my name, but that was good enough. Name, you know what I'm saying? I felt my name, right? And I saw my name, and I stepped off, and I'm feeling good, and get my things right in my mind, and I take my bag, and he like, no. He said, wait. I gotta go get my bags. You see, my opportunities for me. I took off on time. I arrived on time. My opportunity is waiting for me. And I step out to go get it. But who I brought with me had too much baggage. For some of you, you haven't got where you need to be because of who you keep trying to carry with you. Some of you need to look at your own baggage. Some of you right now still carrying pains in your heart. Y'all said this entrepreneur night, we was gonna talk, right? Yeah. Some of you carrying unforgiveness in your heart, pain and agony and things that have happened in your life, the apologies that you may never get. But you don't understand how it spills over into entrepreneurship. You need your full mind. You need your full capacity to do what it is that you're dreaming to get done. You don't have time to be held up by baggage. We're getting ready to move into a new year, and you have circumvented the pandemic. You're still here, but you want to carry that into your new year? Man, it's bad systems. Did you not learn anything in Impact? Believe what they told you, but make a decision to change it. Don't get put it off. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as a bad habit. The problem is you keep them too long. Turn their butt. Don't play with it. Turn their butt. Can I say butt? You see? Ladies and gentlemen, 6 years ago, and I'm going to go to my seat. Again, from a small town, I had $16,000 to my name. But I saw something from an entrepreneur perspective. I saw something that no one had never done in scaling the business of soul food and that dynamic. I was getting ready to do something that had never been done. Can I say one thing before I make my full point? If I can do something that I didn't know I could do, why won't you do something about what you can do? There's things that's sitting on your vision board, your plans, your paper. You need to pick it back up. You don't set it down and you keep procrastinating. Get yourself together. You got too many co-signers is what I call them in your life. People who just agree with you. Girl, just get you some rest. But just get you some rest. How you gonna get some rest broke? Get you some rest. You look so tired. I'm supposed to. I'm broke. I'm broke. If you're satisfied, this don't make sense to you. But if you know you got greatness inside of you, I don't care what your business is. If you know you got something great in you and life is not fully there for you, this makes sense. I saw something. I was married at the time with my wonderful wife still here, my beautiful children. And here I go talking about what I want to do. I'm a therapist by trade and got other business going. What have you? I shut it all down. Didn't make sense to nobody. I mean, closing businesses. Money going, what have you? Just didn't make any sense. And we moved out to LA. To a place I'd never been, dreaming. But awakening from the dream to now say, I'm gonna do, taking the leap. Taking a leap from there to, if I can be honest with you, I'm not gonna tell you a beautiful story. This is no infomercial. What do you do when you have just enough, but the lights still get turned off? What do you do when you pursue entrepreneurship and you go outside? The funny joke, I thought somebody had stolen my car. I called 911, I did. I'm mad like, listen, I'm giving a description of. She said, sir, calm down. She told me to call somebody like you. They had repoed me. They had got me. You know what I did? Walked in that house to my wife. We didn't talk about it. We talked about our tomorrow. We got a business to work. Press and push it. What do you do when you hire your staff and they come in later? They don't show up. See, what made you think your employees believe like you do? You have the investment. They don't. And then you mad. They won't act like you are taking it serious to you. They're not mad. That's your dream. See? But when you live a false reality and you think you're scaling up, when your butt should really still be working in your business. And then when they don't show up, you gotta, Lord, I'm mad, I gotta go in. You were supposed to be in already. You see? Employees don't come in, don't cook it right, talking about their shelf, lying on the resume, can't cook or worth a dime. Crazy. One time, y'all, just in short, we do Thanksgiving. All these people are ordering them turkeys. Doggone shelf. Doggone, I want you to say it in Spanish for me. Say doggone chef. God got about 150 turkeys. You know how many cooked? 5.
Oh, geez.
I'm an hour away.
Wow.
Y'all know who got up and rolled for me? That woman back there. She said, now you sleep. You got to carry the whole ship. I'm going to go. First of all, if you're going to have a business, know how to work it. Don't own something that you don't know how to do it. That's a freebie. Working $16,000 was working it out the whole. I didn't even have enough to really get the building. There was a Jewish man that owned the building, and he took a chance on me out of my elevator speech. Listen, be ready when somebody asks you. And if they ask you what you need, be ready to speak to it. Told the guy what I needed, what I wanted to do. He said, I'll take a shot on you, go. You know who went in there and renovated that whole building? Me and my wife. We learned how to tile. I learned how to paint that day. I learned, hey, I got to get past this inspection. I wish I could have called you whoever that was. Lord have mercy. Couldn't afford you at the time. Because $16,000, I need to make sure I can pay for food and labor. In short, we work in the business, we're pressing. Guys, the truth of the matter is, I wish I can tell you that everything great comes out of just a great feeling, but some things come with pain. But I'll show you this right here. If you're willing to push, pain will push you into purpose. Pain will get you to a place of success if you remain in pushing. I took $16,000 by the grace. First of all, I got to rub my man, the grace of God. 6 years of investing. By the time we got through investing, no. I didn't ask anybody for anything. We had met Steve Harvey at the time, some other entertainers. Didn't ask anybody for anything. You got to do this. We worked and we pushed. We well over $1 million now in the investing of what we said our dream was. That's not counting the labor. 6 years later, they asked me the same question now that we'll travel all around the world, just in Maui. Just I think, last week we was over how many articles? 320 articles. Fox Souls, all the ones, That's the thing. How did you do it? How did you start with $16,000? You gotta have a why. That why took us from 16,000 to now an $800 million project. But you first gotta see it yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's so disheartening to me because we're on the phone with celebrities on the entertainment arm. We work for KJLH 102.3, which is Stevie Wonder, and we interview all these individuals, and they're asking us all the same thing. The truth of the matter is, if I could just really pop your head open and jump in on your brain, I want to leave you with just simply saying, you're a rock star, man. There ain't nothing no different than all those who are wealthy and who has transcended to that certain level. That's no different than you. You just have forgotten how great you are. I mean, you know you're okay, but you don't really see what I see up here. Not just potential. You have something that's workable, but you don't see it like that. You get comfortable. Some of you are just maintaining. I'm just good. Some of you, even your mindset, you need to change your thinking. Because if somebody asks you, do you want to be rich? No, I just want enough. I just want to be able to travel. I just want to eat what I want, just take care of my family. Is that really enough? If God want to bless you, can I be myself? If God want to bless you, you mean to tell me you don't want to take it? I mean, not for selfishness. What I want to challenge you about and what this program is about is be impactful to your community. Do you know how many jobs are needed? Do you know the change that your community is in need of? Be a catalyst of change. That's my leaving point tonight. Is as you leave tonight, keep moving forward, keep moving upward. But I promise you I'm going to see you at the top. Bless you.